games this week determine an awful lot for the Golden State Warriors. They come to a place where Phoenix is 23-15, and the Suns have beaten the Dubs 2 of 3 of the prior meetings. Shot clock at 3. Pajemski having to make something out of nothing. How about just making a 3?
Is that the kind of night it's going to be?
Devin Booker. And the first bucket of the game, they stand until they make a field goal in Phoenix. Bradley Beal dropping in at 3.
And they're familiar with the Warriors, so nothing the Warriors do as Moses Moody knocks down a 3 from the corner. Nothing the Warriors do is going to be super surprising to them.
Steph on a sidestep 3. Curry drops in a triple.
You know we were going to lose one of these games. They probably weren't thinking that. They wanted to win them all as Kuminga gets in the game, establish him early down low.
Booker, shot clock at 3. Beal, little push shot. And Bradley Beal's a cold-blooded scorer, always has been. Steph out of the corner, dropping in another 3.
Okay, he's back to running circles around people. The Suns are going to have to deal with this. An angry Steph.
Draymond hitting a 3. So 5 of 6 from deep for the Dubs to begin the game. Steph Curry, a little push shot runner. Steph tipping in his own miss.
Listen,
Steph on the offensive glass.
If he's going to miss, he knew exactly where he was going before anyone else did.
And Steph is saying, okay, I appreciate the effort. Let me score anyway. And Gillespie sending Devin Booker into the front court. And Booker banking it home.
Yeah, without KD, his percentages from everywhere except the 3-ball are amazing.
Steph turn, fade away.
What?
Steph Curry's 5 of 7, and he's got 13. Looney, leading reserve rebounder in the NBA. Pajemski. Brandon has 3 straight games of 19 or more, 3 straight games with 4 threes or more. And Grayson Allen bottoming at 3.
Yeah, he's another great three-point shooter.
The Warriors have no problem with this start. Now, Kuminga made that, but he should be able to take Gillespie into the lane. Looney stood his ground. The push ahead to Buddy, who's always running and laying it up and in. I love how Butler just looks ahead automatically. Like the Warrior energy, Devin Booker mid-range. You better slow down Booker at some point because he's got 11, Steph's got 13. Pajemski thinking very quick 2 for 1. If it presents itself, and it does, and he drops it in.
He's going to make it present itself.
Tyus Jones was lurking there. Shot clock at 2 again. Pajemski's had the answer. Brandon's 4 of 5, and he's got 10. And Moody knows you got to run Grayson Allen off the line. He may flip in a shot like that, but don't let him shoot 3s. And there's Grayson Allen's game right there. That's why you run him off the 3-point line. And Moody, another steal. Moses Moody's defense the last couple months. Lob to TJD.
It's the right idea. Give it to Steph, let him throw it up.
Curry down the baseline.
Yeah, he's getting top blocked. They're using everything the Suns are doing defensively against them.
Devin Booker, he shed Guy Santos with a move to the side. Guy set it up to Steph. Guy Santos again. He has so many extra possessions, and he gets Trace a dunk off the. That's all Guy Santos. And Steph, good hands in the passing lane.
So you didn't overhelp. You saw Kuminga had him under control. Everybody else was able to stay home, including Steph.
And Curry, 94 feet later, laid it up and in. JK can start the break himself.
Just trying to build this lead as big as you can, extend it as much as possible before halftime.
And Kuminga, nice pass to Guy Santos. And Guy Santos comes up with a steal.
And forcing turnovers.
Buddy Hield trailed 3. And Kuminga smartly backed it out. Buddy on a reload. There you go. And so Kuminga with his Guy Santos impersonation.
Basically.
Looney on the roll. Looney with a lefty finish. I tell you, some of Curry's deliveries here. He's got 3 assists. He's had the 2 lobs. And Booker a little leaner. Devin Booker's mid-range is nice. He's got 19. Looney setting up Jimmy Butler. Guy Santos out to Pajemski. Corner 3. Got it!
Bro.
Look at the ball movement there.
Spectacular.
Ryan Dunn an open 3. Curry rebound in motion. Pajemski leaking out. D-cell pump fake and laid it up and in.
He got 2 guys with the D-cell. The 1-foot D-cell monster.
The bench has a new D-cell moment.
That is crazy.
Devin Booker scoring. He's got 21.
These guys can't help themselves, man.
Pajemski. Back out to Draymond. Relocate. Curry 3. Perfect.
Did you see Jimmy Butler, though, sitting the pin-in screen? That's why I said earlier, make them guard those.
Curry floating it up and in. Steph's got 24. Ryan Dunn out of the corner.
Oh, bro, look at that effort from Draymond. He was in the double team at half court, and he got to the corner. That has set the example.
Moody! Right hand spike. I tell you what, he's had 3 of them lately. Nick Richards, a little mid-range. Warriors only 5 turnovers in the game, though. That's exactly what you want to do on the road. And Podziemski finding Butler. And he made it more difficult, scored anyway.
They forgot about Butler because Steph was running around on the right side.
Butler, man, is he a good defender. Him and Draymond, what a tandem. That's why the Warriors defense has been so good since the trade. Butler down the lane. Jimmy buckets with an opportunity for a 3-point play. Bradley Beal scores there.
17 for 18 free throws. 30 points in the paint.
That's a nice find from Grayson Allen, and Gillespie pays it off with the 3. Buddy looking for a cutter. You know who's cutting without the ball. DeSantos. Flip it up and in.
It's so smart.
5 years at Villanova plus a national championship for Gillespie. And Guy Santos blocked Booker from behind.
I tell Guy Santos you're going to be helping people move and all this other stuff.
Boundless energy for Guy. Grayson Allen out of the corner. Grayson Allen dropping in the 3. Podziemski missing that 3. Kuminga the offensive rebound and putting it up and in for JK.
Everybody's getting active on these boards. The 15-second chance points now.
Podziemski turning the corner. Wheeling with the left hand. And Guy Santos is there for another rebound. Back out to Pods for 3.
Listen, the Suns are saying you're up this big. You're not supposed to be working this hard, Guy Santos. We're not ready for your activity.
Get into the front court. JK, little floater. I don't think Kuminga's in double figures. He's got 10.
He's got that body control.
And you're down Quentin Post and GP2, so you're going to see Steve Kerr try to manage minutes here as Ryan Dunn hits that 3. Gillespie and Plumlee, little 2-man game. Ryan Dunn down the lane.
Yeah, Tyus Jones made the right pass. 2 defenders stayed with him. That's the one wild thing about the season. You thought, like, once they picked up Tyus Jones, now they got a point guard who can facilitate. Like, it was going to be a great year for the Suns, and injuries have just ruined all of that.
Pat Spencer with a running hook. Shot clock at 5. Buddy Hield on Martin, just turns and fires in a deep 2. At Portland Friday, and then the Clippers at 12:30. If you have tickets for the last game of the season, remember it's 12:30. The day game, the whole league is playing at 12:30 as Ryan Dunn hits that 3. Put it this way, if people invite us to their suites in the playoffs, I'll take it.
I'm good with that.
Kevin Knox hitting a 3. This is it. You have no problem trading baskets back and forth the final 8.5 minutes. Kevin Knox putting it up and in.
And just attack that awkward closeout after the amazing ball movement. That's what ball movement does. It just opens up drives for you.
Guy Santos hitting a 3.
Yes. The Energizer Bunny.
Coelho Energizador in Portuguese.
You got that down.
I got it.
I'm impressed.
Guy Santos setting up Pat Spencer, catch and shoot 3. Guy Santos is everyone's favorite teammate.
Man, the Warriors would have to either win out or go 3-1 with a lot of other things happening.
Pat Spencer hitting another corner 3. Maybe something to keep an eye on for LA. They do have the tiebreaker. Warriors have the tiebreaker over Minnesota and Memphis.
Yeah, they have a tougher schedule left.
Yeah, Pat Spencer setting up Jackson Rowe there to put it up and in.
Yeah, he's a really good playmaker, kind of a bigger point guard.
He's gone and played in Australia. Damian Lee can still shoot. Dropping in that 3. Santa Cruz, Nicholas Kerr has done such an incredible job.
Yeah.
You think how ready Quentin Post was to play.
Right.
Monte Morris, speaking of great backup point guards, Quentin Post has been so good. And there is the defense of Braxton Key with the steal, having it blocked, but TJD running the floor.
That's why you don't assume. Sprint.
The NBA, when he was a young player,
He's getting buckets.
he would get buckets. TJD drops the hammer on Plumlee.
TJD is back to headhunting.
But in a large score game, Kevin Knox gets to work.
Oh, yeah, he does.
Jackson Rowe with the 3. Well, one of the saddest days in Warrior history is when Raymond Ritter hit the half-court shot. And that will do it. So 133-95. The Warriors get win number 47.